So, yeah. So this is week 37, I believe, of my Mounjaro journey. I got a new box. Sorry, that was stupid. Instruction. We got whatever that is. And we got the medicine. I asked my doctor about that, and he said that because it's considered a therapeutic dose, we won't go up another dose unless my body gets used to this and they have to go up another dose. After today, I'm not going to be taking a shot for probably 4 weeks because of surgery I have coming up. And they want me to be off of it for 2 weeks prior to the surgery. And who knows how long after the surgery I have to get cleared for that to start taking it again. So hopefully after the surgery and I get like recovery, whatever, it won't start affecting me the way it did before. I still get a little nauseous, but I did get some nausea medicine from my doctor, so that is helpful. But it's not like I'm nauseous every day. So, but yeah. So hopefully we won't have to go up a dose, and hopefully when I come back from my surgery, we'll be able to take it and not get sick. So I'm having a partial hysterectomy. So losing that part of the body.
It's by choice.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. Nothing's wrong, but eventually, like later on down the road, it could be. So we're just gonna go ahead and get what I can out and be done with it. And hopefully not have to worry about anything like that. I mean, if you guys are interested in seeing updates on how the hysterectomy journey's going, I can update it. I have had 4 C-sections, so I don't know how hard it's actually gonna be on me since my last C-section was 21.5 months ago. So I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I've heard you're really tired. I'm already exhausted, so whatever. Um, since our car wreck, I've had fatigue, and I think it's due to like some head trauma.
You didn't ever talk about the car wreck.
Did I not talk about the car wreck?
No. It's okay,
Yeah.
you don't have to.
So anyway, January, 2025 has been a peach for us this year. So great start to a year. Got rear-ended, sitting still, black minivan, red flashing lights, total Darmia, with a girl hitting us at like 55 miles an hour, if not more. She was 18, 19 years old. Not paying attention. Didn't even see us. Didn't even pump her brakes. Anyway, she hit us so hard it totaled our vehicle, straight on from the rear. And I hit my head on something, and I'm not sure what. And I've had headaches and a lot of fatigue since. So we're thinking there's something to that. So I'm having a test run for that coming up too. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks for our household. But we'll see how my body does without the Mounjaro for about probably a month. Since I'm not allowed to take it 2 weeks prior to the surgery. And then I have to wait to be cleared by my gynecologist to start taking it again. We'll see how this goes, and we'll see how I feel. I don't think I've lost any more weight, but we can check that in the morning and let you know. So there's just a lot going on in our lives right now. So I don't know whether or not we'll be vlogging, but we might be, because
just with
why
a different
not?
with a different story.
A different losing it story. Not losing weight. I mean, it will help with the weight loss, I think. Surely it weighs a couple of pounds. I don't know. We'll see. I'll weigh the morning of, and I'll weigh the night of if I feel like it. Anyway, that's being stupid now. Here goes. Normal. Take the cap off, put it on your stomach, then unlock it, and then you're going to hold it for 10 seconds and listen for the click. It clicks once when it starts. It clicks twice whenever it's injected all the way, but you go ahead and hold it just in case. So we'll go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. That one just hurt a little bit. I think it's due to where I hit all my stretch marks from my pregnancies. So probably if you don't have stretch marks, no worries. I am doing this for diabetes. I'm not doing this for weight loss, even though I have lost a ton of weight. I've lost about 70 pounds as of now. I look back at pictures and I don't even recognize myself hardly. I look very different, very different. But I feel better, except for now the extreme fatigue and the headaches that I have constantly from the wreck. But health wise, like when I eat, I don't eat as much. I can eat like one piece of pizza and be totally fine. I'm trying to think. Oh, we went to eat a burger the other day and I ate like 3 bites. So this is giant burger.
She insisted that we both order.
I was so hungry, I thought. And then I ate like 2 fries. But I am still finding things since I upped the dose. I am finding things that don't like they're not appetizing anymore. I'm trying to think of what it was.
Macaroni?
Macaroni is one of them, but that's been one of them.
Was it the
But I think it's
barbecue?
gotten worse than that. What was it? Oh, I was eating at I do this Monday Moms thing at our church. And we all bring breakfast for each other, different points of the year meetings. I was eating one of those from a donut shop, one of those kolaches. They had cut them in like half, and so I got one of them.
And everybody doesn't call them kolaches, so it's like a pig
in a blanket.
Yeah,
Something like that. So it was about this big. I took one bite of it and thought I was gonna throw up. I don't know what it was about that sausage. I couldn't do it. And normally I love the mess out of those things. And even up until now, I've liked them. So, and then there was something else that I put in my mouth and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot. I think it was apples. Come to think of it. It was just not right. Yeah, so just some weird things that are starting to not taste normal or right to me. Like I just don't like it. When I do eat sugar, I feel like crap. I will tell you that. The shot helps with it not causing your body to go into freak out mode, but I don't feel very good whenever I eat sugar. So I have to be careful and not eat too much sugar. So have you guys noticed anything like that? Like appetite change? I just hit myself in the face with the pen. Glad the cap was on. That's why. Cut that out.
Nope.
I do always put the cap back on before I throw it away. Because it's just a safety issue. I feel like if you don't want to put a needle open in the trash can. Because if you're like my family, you shove trash down. The guys do. I don't because it's gross. But they push trash down to make it more room in the bag and like crush boxes or whatever. And I don't want to poke their hands on this because first off, it's got medicine on it. Second, it's been in my stomach and so like blood and stuff. Yeah, so that's just gross. But anyway, so always put the cap back on. So nobody gets hurt. If you've got one of those recycle thingies with like for the needles, what is it called? That's good to put them in. Or a jug, like an empty milk carton or an empty laundry detergent thing. It's smart to put them in those. I don't always do that. But when I had diabetes supplies and needles and stuff, I definitely disposed of them that way. But I feel like these are safer like this. But if you've got something, go ahead and do that. But yeah. Anyway, I think I totally got off track with what I was saying. Have any of you experienced these strange like changes of the way you like things you used to absolutely love and like you would crave it over anything else and now you can't stand it? I've noticed with me it's mostly starches. But then like the sausage this morning kind of like threw me a little because I wasn't expecting that to be a gross. And then the apples, just the texture, just it's a texture thing I think now, and I've never had that issue before. But a friend of mine is doing the semi-glutide shots from her doctor, like a compound, because it's cheaper and her insurance doesn't cover Mounjaro or Ozempic.
She's doing it for weight loss.
She's doing it for diabetes also.
Oh, okay.
And there was like she started noticing different things that she all of a sudden doesn't like, and it was actually all meat for her, like all protein, like so steaks, chicken, burgers, anything with meat like that, she cannot stand. And so she's trying to eat a little of it to give herself the protein that she needs because protein is very important with this journey. Making sure you have enough of it. In fact, my doctor told me to start drinking the Premier shakes because of that. Because there's 30 milligrams of protein in it. And he said drink 15 milligrams of protein in the morning and 15 at lunch. So a whole carton at breakfast and lunch. So that's a really good thing to consider to make sure you're getting all the nutrients as you need. I did have blood work done again on like my hormone levels and thyroid levels and all that. And everything is perfect. And it's never been perfect before. But now everything's perfect. And I don't know if it's because of the weight loss or if it's because of the drug kind of fixing some things, or maybe it's because the drug fixed the sugar levels and the sugar in turn, the sugar levels fixed everything else and started making everything else work properly. And I also think it has to do with that fasting that comes along with using Mounjaro and semaglutide shots, whatever it is. I've heard some really good things about the doctor ones that they do the compounds. But I don't know what all doctors do that. But they're just the semaglutide, if I'm saying that correctly. Things like Mounjaro, like Ozempic, they just do it themselves. They mix it themselves and then give it to their patients, and they just use a syringe and pull out how much medicine they need and they inject themselves. And I've heard some really good things about those. I've not tried those personally, but it helps with sugar anyway. So, but the fasting that comes along with the shots and makes you not want to eat all of the junk food that you see, and like if you put a bite in your mouth, you're all of a sudden full. It really does help. So, like, just wait as long as you can to eat. Don't eat breakfast if possible. And maybe wait to eat a later lunch, earlier dinner. That way you've got several hours of no food intake, and the dishwasher's making all sorts of noises. But that way you've got several hours of fasting, and that also helps regenerate some of your body. But be sure to eat because you do need to eat. Especially if you're a diabetic, you have to eat something or you're going to crash, and you don't want to crash. That feels like horrible. And you can't get food in you fast enough to make it come back up. But when that happens, Skittles are a good thing, or those little sweetheart things. I think there's like 1 gram of sugar in each of those, like a Skittle and a sweetheart. So I eat about 10 of those and it'll be good. But try to eat some real food along with it and some protein. This video's gone longer than I want. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. If you want to share it with some friends, share it with some friends. I'm just a big dork over here trying to live my life. And let you know this isn't a scary little pin. It's not scary. It does work. I feel 1,000 times better than I did 11 months ago, or however long 37 weeks is. So yeah, like and subscribe, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you later. Bye.